Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Sandown Park here on Saturday. It is the 23rd of April, 2022. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program from Sandown, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the stakes action on the final big fixture of the season from over the jumps at Sandown or over the jumps in general for this 2021-2022 campaign. Let's look at the stakes races. Races 2, 3, 4, and 5. The 225, the feature 3 o'clock, the 332, and the 407. I hate those off time, the weird off times recently in the UK, but we have to go with it. The 225, the second race from Sandown. It's a grade 2 Oaksey Chase. It's a grade 2 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $108,000. Race for 5-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 4 horses going the distance of ground here of 4,600 meters or 2 miles and 7/8 over the chase course. Chase course is going to be firm, so it's going to be lightning fast. So just keep that in mind. They have been watering it, so possibly it might be good to firm, but firm ground you're going to see most likely. Top selection, I'm going to take the 3-horse Ernie River. Let's go 3-1-2 in the TriCast trifecta. 3-1-2 TriCast trifecta. Top selection of 3-horse Ernie River. Chevrolet Gelding here. Nick Kent trains this one, gets Hammond up in the saddle. The horse's most recent outing came in Aintree on the 7th of April. 2 miles and a half in the grade 1 Manifesto's Novices Chase, and the horse didn't finish the race. He didn't have a few fluid jumps that day, which cost him. He never jumped well, he never quickened up, and he didn't finish the race. He fell out of it. What can you do? It just wasn't his day to win. He does not like soft ground. He likes fast ground, which you're going to see today. He's finally going to see it. He's running with a quick turnaround from the last race, which I think should suit him well. And I think he could really run a good race here today. 2 back in a novice chase at Weatherby, 2 miles 5/8 on the 16th of February. Off of a little bit of refreshing. He won by a baker's dozen, 13 lengths, and he didn't jump so clearly that day. He had quite a few mistakes, but that's because he was out in front by a lot. He had the insurance to have a few mistakes. He got the job done late. And then at Doncaster, 2 miles 9/16 in novice limited handicap chase, class 3 event, his first start of the year, first start in over 6 months or so, 7 months actually. He won by 6 lengths that day, and he stalked again. Not the most, not the best jumps in the world, but he got the job done late. And then at soft ground last May at Warwick, 2 miles rates in class 4 novice chase, won by 8 lengths. Again, he was just jumping very, very easily there. And then before that, at Doncaster on very fast ground for last March, 2 miles 3/8 in novice hurdle, winning by 5 lengths. He was under the drive and excelling. Coming here today on fast ground, not the world's toughest grade 2. I think he could get something going. Let's take him here at 5-1. To recap my selection for the 225, the second race from Sandown, it's the grade 2 Oaksey Chase. Let's take the 3-horse Ernie River. 3-1-2 in the TriCast trifecta for me. The third race at 3 o'clock, it's the grade 1 Celebration Chase. It's grade 1 event for class 1 horses going for a purse of $216,000. Race for 5-year-olds and upwards. 5 horses are going 3,100 meters or a mile and 15/16 over the chase course, so just under 2 miles here. I'm going to take here the 4-horse Sco Royal. Let's go 4-1-2 in the TriCast trifecta. 4-1-2 TriCast trifecta. Top selection of 4-horse Sco Royal. 10-year-old Gelding by Dr. Dino. Daryl Jacob gets them out for Alan King. The horse's most recent outing came the grade 1 Marsh Chase at Aintree, 2.5 miles on the 8th of April, and the horse finished third by 3.5 lengths there. And, he had just never could really get the good turn of foot from the back of the pack. He jumped well, but I think, they were just setting their heights a little bit too high. Back to 2 miles, or nearly 2 miles today, back to Sandown. I think this horse could really get something going here today. 2 back ran at Newburn the 12th of February, 2 miles in the grade 2 Game Spirit Chase. He finished second by 2 lengths that day, and I thought he ran a decent race that day. He sat back early. He had a few mistakes late, but he was gaining late behind the winner. Nothing bad about that race. And then a race I thought it was just a disaster came at Cheltenham right before Christmas. 2 miles and 8 in the grade 2 International Hurdle. He finished 6th by 26 lengths there, and he really just was not getting into it. He never was fluid. He was never comfortable. He was very ranked that day, and he just never settled late as a favorite. It just wasn't his day to win. And then the fighting fifth at Newcastle over the 2 miles. He finished third by 1.5 lengths. He just wasn't going to catch the winner, who just really had that better jumping ability and had the better turn of foot there. But to start off the season, he ran quite well. He won a listed hurdle at Kempton back in January, in October, came back to win the elite hurdle at Canton very nicely. Since come back to the bigger obstacles, he's done, not so bad. And I think get the victory here, 7-2 back to them. Let's take him here. Don't throw out the one horse Grenadine. His last few races have been a little bit subpar, but those were against some very tough Grade 1 horses. Not the world's toughest Grade 1 event today. He likes the fast ground. He's won over this course by winning the Tingle Creek back in December. That was on a sludgy going, but nothing concerns it today. He won this race last year on quite good ground. Watch out for Mate 5 because he could definitely win. To recount my selection for the 3 o'clock, the third race from Sandown, it's the Grade 1 Celebration Chase. Let's take the 4 horse Go Royal. Give kudos to the 1 horse Grenadine. 4-1-2, try cash trifecta. 4-1 in your place pot. The fourth race, the 332, it's the Grade 3 BET365 Gold Cup. It's a Grade 3 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $216,000, race for 5-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 15 horses going the distance of ground here, 5,800 meters, or 3 miles and 5/8 over the chase course, so they'll be staying quite a bit. I'm going to go with the 9 horse Flex Matex as its my tick as a top selection. I'm going to go 9-5 in the Forecast Exacta. 9-5 Forecast Exacta top selection. 9 horse Fleg my tick. This 7-year-old Gidlam here. Harry Skelton's on this one for Dan Skelton. The horse is most recent out and came at Kempton on 26 February. 2 miles and 9/16 in Class 3 handicap chase, and the horse won by 8 lengths that day. And that day he did everything right and more. He sat back early. He slowly moved his way up, jumping fluidly, quickened up nicely late, and all around good race. Coming here again to fast ground, longer trip, which I think he should really like. I think he could really run a good race stepping up in class. 2 back in a Class 3 handicap chase at Kempton, 3 miles on the 11th of February. He won by 7.5 lengths again that day. He sat back early. A few mistakes, but he was really closing up well, and he went away with it. He could get excuses for those not so fluid jumps. An all-around good race after all said and done. And then in Kempton, right after Boxing Day, 3 miles on a Class 3 handicap chase, finished third by 7.5 lengths there. And he was with him early on, and closer than he normally does, which I think cost him. He never really had the good turn of foot, and he showed up flat there. And then at Ascot in November, 2 miles 5/8 in a Class 2 handicap chase, he finished fourth by 21 lengths there, and he was with him early on, but then slowly moved his way out of it. He just couldn't keep up with those horses that afternoon. First off the bench, he definitely needed the race. Coming here to Sandown off some decent runs in the past, I think he could really improve off those last 2 runs. Let's take him here. The 5 horse Enrilo, he actually won this race last year, but he was disqualified because he kind of interfered with. Since then, he's been seeing 2 soft ground. He likes the fast ground that you're going to see today. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets the redemption from last year. At 7-2, he's definitely using your place pot because he could definitely win the longer trip. But to recap my selection for the 332, the 4th race from Sandown, it's the Grade 3 BET365 Gold Cup. We're going to take as a top selection here the 9 horse Flegs My Tick. We'll give kudos to the 5 horse Enrillo, 9-5 Forecast Exacta. Let's use them both in the place pot. The 5th race, the 407, it's the Grade 2 Select Hurdle. Grade 2 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $108,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 4 horses going the distance of ground here of 600 meters or 2 miles and 11/16, which is about 2 miles 5.5 furlongs. So I want to say 4,300 meters. 4,300 meters or 2 miles and 11/16 over the hurdle course. My top selection here, I'm gonna go with the number. Where are we? I'm gonna go with the number 2 horse Facile Raffles. Let's go 2-1-3 in the Tricast Trifecta. 2-1-3 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection 2 horse Facile Raffles. So we're going by Sante Saints. Daryl Jacob gets on this one for Nicky Henderson. The horse's most recent outing came in a listed handicap chase at Doncaster over 3 miles on the 29th of January. He finished 5th by 26 lengths there, and he was jumping well, but then he had a few mistakes which cost him the race. He just couldn't keep up. He completely hit the wall. It wasn't his day to win. Hopefully jumping a little more fluidly back to fast ground. I think he could really get a good run here today. 2 back at Cheltenham in the Grade 3 Racing Post Gold Cup handicap chase. 11th of December over the 2 miles and 5/8. He finished 4th by 4 3/4 lengths there, and he was with him early on. A few mistakes which might have cost him, but I've seen worse races around Cheltenham there. And then at Weatherby right in October in the Grade 2 Charlie Hall chase, he won by 4.5 lengths there, and at 3.5 to 1, he really put on a show. He was on the drive and really excelling, closing up from nowhere that day. An all-around very, very good run, his best race of the season. And then Newton Abbott before that in an intermediate chase, he finished 2nd by 5.5 lengths there. He sat back early. A few mistakes late, 100%, not 100% fresh there, but an all-around, decent place. So far this season, he's faced some very tough horses in some of the races. It's not the world's toughest race. I think he should settle well, and I think he get the job done here. McFabulous is your second likeliest winner. He hasn't won since Kempton, since the Real Kill Hurdle of January 2021, but he's been facing so tough competition in most recent starts. He's getting serious class relief, and it wouldn't surprise me with the class relief if he gets the job done. Definitely using the place pot. But to recap my selection for the 407, the fifth race from Sandown, it's the grade 2 select hurdle. Let's take the 2-horse Facile Raffles, give kudos to the 1-horse McFabulous, 213 TriCash Trifecta, 2-1 in the place pot. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.